I couldn't get my phone to work. Isn't that amazing? And why do we always say things like that in a high pitched voice? So, I am still. We've had this whole thing in. Good morning, Neil. Had this whole thing in Europe, probably the world actually, about Syrian refugees, and in particular the 3-year-old Greek boy who died or was washed up on the beach and drowned. And I seem to spend a lot of time getting in arguments on Twitter yesterday about our responsibility to that. And lots has been said about that. But what amazed me, what amazed me is how much. But I never thought it was a good idea to. I've been following the crisis, and there's people in our co-working space that are organising aid to the camp at Calais. And I'm going to speak to another friend who's working in a camp in Syria today to see what, because a lot of my information comes from what I pick up on Twitter and what I read in the media. So I'm really interested to hear a little bit more firsthand. And I think it's really hard to find out anything that's going on. But I was amazed by some people's reactions on Twitter, and I think it's really healthy and important that people have different opinions. And I have my opinions, and they change, and I like to think they're informed, but they're governed by what happens to me and what's immediate to me, and however pure and agile and angelic I think I am, there's a certain amount of personal agenda in there. And people's, after all the boats capsizing and people dying and stuff like that, people are still saying, oh, they're all coming over here taking our jobs. Someone said to me, if you let them in this country, Mitchell, on your head be it, they're going to kill us all and terrorise us. And just the one, the lack of humanity, and two, the I don't know what's happened to these people, to like people saying things like that, to think that helping out another human being will result in that. And yeah, it just leaves me speechless. And if anything, it invigorates me to find out a way we can all, or not a way, but work towards. A lot of things I talk about all the time are co-working and collaboration and working together, and not fucking each other over. And I'm at the very beginning of a journey like that, and I'm always going to be working it out. And I'm not a industry expert or stuff like that. I've been very taken with the business concept of what people call the sharing economy or the collaborative economy, and because it seems like a lot of elements in there, and it's far from perfect, but seem a hybrid of different social and economic systems, and making producing less waste and taking more care of things, and not every man for himself or every woman for themselves sits much nicer with me. So I'm really interested to see how this plays out. I haven't checked any social media or anything this morning, but I signed a petition to an official Parliament petition about making the Syrian, or making the refugee debate happen in Parliament sooner. And I signed it when there was around 10,000 people, and last time I checked yesterday, it was, thank you. My screen is really dark here, so I can't see your name, but thank you very much. And it must be, I'm guessing, I haven't checked, but I'm guessing it must be like 350,000 by now, which is a lot for unless it's for Jeremy Clarkson to keep his job in Top Gear. That's a lot for a petition. The other thing that popped in my head is I've got in a couple of arguments, but I watched a video of a Conservative member of Parliament that had gone to member of European Parliament who had gone to fix up a refugee, he called it an immigrant camp, but a migration camp, sorry, in Italy. And he made some, I don't know, I can't even say it, like he made some good points in his video that about how to stop it. There's people that know that if they actually just get on a boat and they get into European waters, they have to be accepted by a country. So one of the reasons people just get on a boat is because they know they'll get accepted by a European country because it's it's in a treaty or it's the law. And the way to stop this happening is to stop the migration, as he calls it, is for people not to get in boats in the first place. And I don't know what, I've read tons of stuff, but I don't think I really know why people get in those boats. And hopefully I'll find out a more genuine thing today rather than what's hyped by the media. The photo of, I think it was Evelyn, the little boy on the beach, really got me yesterday because he just looks like he's asleep, and he looks like my son when he's asleep, and it really struck a chord is like a really weak way of saying it, but I think it's really important to watch different sides of every story and get a really well-rounded, informed thing. So I was like seeking out opposing opinions and stuff like this, and quite a lot of opposing opinions, and even this is a really fleeting thing to say. Quite a lot of opposing opinions are, oh no, there'll be millions coming in our country, taking our jobs and bleeding our infrastructure. And I'd say to people, well, can you, send me an article or a blog or something that's, demonstrates that view, and people will just go away. And I'm not using them. I don't want that to be a shut up tactic. I'm actually think it's really fucking important to, investigate both sides of what's going on. But what, why this situation is occurring. And the other thing, sorry to jump topic, but I think something's massively happening in the world at the moment, because healthy debate seems to, and maybe could just be where I'm looking. Healthy debate seems to be popping up more and more. There's a guy called Ben Shapiro who's he's a columnist in the States, and he's making some really good counter arguments about racism and economic status and stuff like this. And I don't agree with what he says, but it's much more intelligently, unslimingly put than a lot of stuff that comes up. But I will report back that, and I'll stick some more stuff on my blog. I've got a blog called Drowned in the Save that's cooking up at the moment, and will be hitting the press, so you both can read it later on. And then about 9 o'clock in Mainyard, I'm interviewing Steve Trister, who's a really good friend of mine, about his take and journey on spirituality and entrepreneurialism, and that'll be that. And I've only been awake 2 minutes, sorry in case you didn't guess, but I shall see you all Monday morning. Have a storming weekend, and this will be on hopefully I'll be able to get this into iTunes today. Really excited about that. But have a great weekend, take care of each other, and keep tweeting.